very little knowledge of that. There is a private organization called the Venezuelan Information Office, which is here in New York City. I get on their mailing list.
Okay.
I can send you that information.
Yeah, I'm on their list too.
You're on their list too, okay.
I went to Venezuela, luckily.
And you went to Venezuela, so there's...
I saw similar things, and I'm just amazed. This is an international
There
movement.
is the U.S. Federation of Worker Cooperatives is having its next annual convention in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania this June.
That's where I'm from.
Huh? Okay. So I'm open to any questions from you all. I think that's...
There's a lot of stuff he can explain.
Yeah.
He kind of has his own unique spiel.
How long have you been working in this kind of advocacy field?
Well, I started just working on this in, I'm going to say, the early 1990s.
Okay.
When I first became acquainted with Mondragon and read the book called Making Mondragon. And started reading other books. There's a GOGEO.coop is the grassroots economic organization. And they have an online newsletter and resources.
What are they?
GEO, so it's grassroots economic organization.
And what would you say? Would you say that the new Obama government is affecting your guys' working goals anyway, or is the new green initiatives, the stimulus plan, benefiting groups like Greenworker cooperatives?
There's the possibility of that.
If it hasn't yet, it might.
It hasn't yet. It might.
Okay.
I'm also part of a couple of other groups that are involved in welfare to work and issues related to poverty. So I've been to Albany and I've met with different legislative people. I've also met with legislative people in New York regarding something called the Responsible Restaurant Act, which is another whole rock is involved with.
Okay.
But the stimulus funds, the Obama administration, all of this is a very new thing and may or may not help us.
You said you worked a bit in policy. Any environmental public
No,
policy?
I'm no background at all in environmental policy. I sort of lean on Omar and these guys for that stuff.
Sure.
Because it's not an area that's... I'm interested in terms of food, what we call local food, relocalization and local food. Some of that comes out of the peak oil movement, and the slice that I'm interested in is, for example, the restaurant that I'm wanting to start is going to be a multicultural, bilingual English-Spanish restaurant. Called the Workers' Diner, La Obrera Restaurante. So we want the feminine voice involved in that. You might wonder why particularly do we want the feminine voice involved in this. So Rock, New York just did a study about discrimination in the restaurant industry. And of course women are definitely discriminated against and harassed in many, many ways. So the people of Rock, New York can certainly...
Is this online? Is this online? I'm sorry.
No, when Rock, New York is online, what you can do when you go to visit them, when you go visit them, they can probably would be willing to give you a complete...
Okay.
I need to get another tape with me. So yeah, any other questions you have? I know you had a list of questions.
I'm good. Do you have any?
Yeah, I think we might be okay. We covered a lot. We spoke with some folks earlier.
Sure. And what I'd like to do is to get an email contact for you. Absolutely. One or someone from your organization.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you my card.
Correspond with. because I have more information, right?
Okay.
That could be useful.
Yeah, we can put our emails on the back of his card.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. And if we could get a copy of that schedule, that would be good for a
Right, let's
presentation.
see if we can't get you a copy of that.
Okay.
Let's definitely network. I'm into this movement myself. These
Right,
initiatives.
sure. And just out of curiosity, because Sonia said, oh, they're these guys from New College and they want to talk to you, and I said, fine, just throw me in.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering what your project is, and you're all from the New College? Is that
The new school.
The New School.
The new school.
And tell me a little bit about your project.
So we're in a course called Making a Difference. It's a core class that every incoming student has to take. It's about social change on an individual, organizational, and global level. So one of our end of the year projects, we had to pick sort of an overarching topic of what we were most interested in doing. And our group formed around urban and community development organizations. So, we looked at a whole list, and we're all very interested in, the green movement, and especially, in distressed neighborhoods and how that's, positively affecting them. And so, Greenworker cooperatives was one of the highest on our list. So,
Of course.
Yeah. So we decided to come out, and are you also urban policy?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're all on the same track within the new school. We're focusing on urban policy. There's also management, organizational development, but we're focusing on, sort of policy issues surrounding this organization and, just sort of how it came up out of the ground and goals for the future, things like that.
So from the urban policy perspective, there's another organization called Community Voices Heard.
Oh, I've heard that, yeah.
www.cvhaction.org. My specialty is urban policy. So
Okay.
I don't have any degrees in it. What happened was, when I became 55, I became unemployed and trying to navigate the social service system. So I became an expert on the subject, only because I had lots of time and no money and trying to figure out how to survive. But Community Voices Heard was started by women who live in public housing and are affected by decisions of the Human Resources Agency.
That's in Harlem?
Yes.
Oh yeah, we did a lot of collaborative work with them.
Okay.
I used to work for, have you ever heard of UHAB, Urban Homesteading Assistance Board?
I've heard of it.
They do, they create and preserve affordable co-ops
Right.
all over the city, so we've done a lot of work with.
Okay. So you're familiar with CVH Action and,
Yeah,
so.
more on like the tenant side more than anything else.
Right, and we also have a workforce development side because we're interested in things like WEP, which is basically slave labor to get your welfare checks, which amount to nothing anyway. We just won, we did have a victory in this budget cycle where we won $5 million for I know we won a total of $15 million for transitional employment and training programs.
Okay.
So we're hoping that in this next cycle we'll be able to transition people from the slave labor situations to a place where they can get training and move into potential for sustainable wage employment. And the minimum wage, I believe, in the city of New York is $7.51 an hour.
Something like that.
No, I'm just saying not enough.
I think so.
Try to
I think it is.
try to raise a family on that. Try to even raise an individual by that. And for tipped workers in New York City, the minimum wage is $4.60 an hour. You're expected to make the rest in tips. Nationally, the